Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chukwulobe Judith. Thank you if today is your first time of stopping by, and thank you to my returning subscribers. Today we are going to be discussing on how you can start a painting business in Nigeria. I mean paint production business in Nigeria. So, starting a paint business in Nigeria is very simple and it's simpler than we all used to think until you get started. But I'm going to break down the step by step ways which you can start a painting business in Nigeria and have profits. To start a paint manufacturing company in Nigeria is very simple and it's easier than we think. All you need to do is two main things. Number one, to have a startup capital, and then number two, to know the technical skills involved in paint manufacturing. And today I'm going to give you 6 different steps on how you can successfully start up a paint production business in Nigeria and manage it. The first thing you need to know before starting a painting business is planning and funding of your business. Depending on the capital you have, is going to determine the type of paint production business you are going to start, because we have the large scale production, the middle scale production, and the small scale production. If you have a huge capital like 3 million and above, you are going to be planning on how you can start a large scale production. Then if you have hundreds of thousands, in between 3 million, 1 million, 200,000, 300,000, you are going to be looking at the middle scale production. Then if you have less than 100,000, you are going to be looking at the small scale production. And all these scales of production, you can still start with all these scales of production, you can still start a painting business, a paint production business. But depending on your capital or your invested capital is going to determine the gain or the income you are going to have in the business. The second thing you need to know before starting a paint production business is the formulations, because without the formulations there is no business. Without the formulation you cannot produce a paint, and without the formulations you cannot be able to detect the fault of your paint in case if there is any fault or anything. But with the formulations you can know all the things you need to do before or to get a paint product or to get your paint ready. So the thing you need to know before starting a paint production business is know the formulations. It is very important. The third thing you need to know before starting a paint production business is knowing where to get your equipment and raw materials. And by raw materials, I mean your binders, your pigments, your solvents, your additives, and every other thing. And by binders, I mean the chemicals that are added into our paint product to help the paint stick to the surface. And by pigments, I mean the chemicals that gives desired color to our paint. And by solvents, I mean the water or alcohol which are used to produce oil-based paint or emulsion-based paint. And by additives, I mean an extra chemical that is being added to an already produced paint to modify its character. The next thing you are going to consider before starting a paint production business is your location. It's very important. Number one, you need to locate where to get your chemicals from. Number two, you need to locate where your production site is going to be so that it's not going to be too far from where you buy your chemicals. Another thing you are going to consider when finding your location is locating your intended marketplace, which means staying close to where you want to sell your paint product. Yeah, yeah. Your manufacturing site should not be too far from your marketplace to reduce cost of transportation as a new business. The next thing that is very, very important before starting a paint production business is to sort out your business name. What I mean by sorting out your business name is looking for a unique name that suits your business, which no one else is making use of. Then your registration and legalities. Before you start a production in Nigeria, you need to be a registered company to avoid illegal trespassing of another business. You need to know the rules and regulations that bind paint producers in your geographical area. It is advisable to hire a lawyer when legal services are required. Your business must not be treated carelessly, but with professionality as a business entity. And by registering your business, it will prevent you from unforeseen risks in the future. Another thing you need to know before starting a paint production business is the general safety or precautionary measures. And the number one on our list is always wear your gadget before any production. For example, overall, nose masks, goggle glasses, hand gloves, etc. Avoid wearing any of these gadgets to your living room or apartment to avoid contamination to what we eat. Make reference when you are not sure of what next to do. Follow all operation manuals in case you are using machine. Always take your bath after each day production. In case you employ helping hand, make adequate training for them to avoid mistakes during production because any mistakes might cost you some fortune. Follow all MSDS of all raw materials. And by MSDFS, I mean material safety data sheet. Avoid sharing any of your factory tools with your household tools. For example, knife, containers, bucket interchangeably at home. Another most important thing is to follow all governmental rules set aside for paint production. So guys, if you've watched the video to this moment, type safety in the comment section. For sticking around with us to this point, you've got yourself a bonus point. The marketing aspect, because that is where the money comes in. Marketing must be one of your topmost priority if you are bent on succeeding in paint production business. Your packaging and branding must be attractive enough to attract your targeted audience. Market your product aggressively if you intend on building a paint production business that is going to survive competition. I'm here to give you some hints on where you can market your paint products. Number one on our list is internet marketing. This is the most important place and effective place where you can market your paint product because everybody is on the internet. You can market through websites, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, anywhere and everywhere with paid adverts and free adverts. There are main places you can advertise your paint product through the internet means. Another way you can market your new paint product is by visiting paint distributors. With this way, you can market your product if you visit different building material markets. and introduce your new paint product to them. Another place you can advertise your new paint product is by visiting schools, nearby schools, far away schools, because they do painting as a regular exercise to attract new students and new people to their school. Another place you can market your new paint product is by going to the banks because they also do painting as a regular exercise. Now, I'm going to be talking about people and individuals you can introduce your paint products to that can still help you get good sales. Number one on our list are the building contractors, the architects, estate developers, your relatives, actors, and every other person that cares to listen. Mhm. With that being said, thank you guys for sticking around with us at the end of today's video. Like this video, share this video, comment, and also subscribe if you've not yet subscribed. And see you later. Bye.